Did you know you can improve your English without memorizing boring rules? That's what happens when you learn through stories. You hear real sentences, natural grammar, and everyday expressions. So if you're serious about learning English in a fun and easy way, subscribe to our channel. Give this video a like and turn on the bell so you never miss a new story. We've got a fresh one every single day. Let's jump in. Leo was the kind of traveler who loved adventures, but always tried to stay organized. He liked schedules, checklists, and setting alarms. So when he planned a short vacation to Dubai, he made sure everything was booked and ready ahead of time: flights, hotel, city tours, even a plan for shopping. He had heard that Dubai was a shopper's paradise, and it didn't take long to see why. From luxury malls to local markets, the options felt endless. After spending 2 days exploring tall buildings, desert views, and fancy restaurants, Leo dedicated the last day of his trip just to shopping. He started the day with a big breakfast and then headed straight to one of the most famous malls in the city. It was massive. Inside, the air was cool, the music soft, and the lights perfect. Every store he entered seemed better than the last. There were clothes, shoes, souvenirs, snacks, and electronics. He wasn't planning to buy too much, just a few gifts, and maybe a new pair of sneakers. That was the plan. Hours passed like minutes. He picked up one thing after another. A shirt here, a gift for his cousin, a watch he hadn't planned to buy but couldn't resist. Every now and then he glanced at his phone to check the time, but he didn't feel worried. The airport wasn't far, and his flight was in the evening. After a while, he took a break to eat something and rest his feet. His bags were already getting heavy. He sat down at a small cafe inside the mall and ordered a drink. The seat felt comfortable, and the cool air made it hard to move again. But then he checked the time on his phone and froze. The flight was not just in the evening. It was earlier than he remembered. And the time now, well, it was already pushing it. His heart skipped a beat. He jumped from his seat, grabbed his shopping bags, and rushed toward the exit. The mall suddenly felt like a maze. Everything looked the same: bright stores, mirrors, escalators going in every direction. He tried to stay calm, but knew he had very little time. Outside, the sun was still high, but Leo couldn't enjoy it. He found a taxi quickly and showed the driver the airport address. The traffic wasn't terrible, but every red light made him clench his jaw. He kept checking his phone again and again, watching the minutes slip away. At the airport entrance, he paid the driver, gathered all his bags, and ran inside. The security lines looked endless. He felt sweat on his back as he tried to breathe normally. The first checkpoint was slow, but he made it through. Then came the baggage drop. The staff looked at his ticket and raised an eyebrow. He was late, very late. They agreed to take his bag, but warned him he had to hurry to the gate. Leo thanked them quickly and ran again, his carry-on bags bumping against his legs. The airport signs felt confusing now. Every direction seemed wrong. He followed the signs to his terminal, moving as fast as he could without knocking over other travelers. He reached the security check, took off his shoes, removed his laptop, and waited in line behind a family with several kids. Every beep from the scanner felt like a knife in his chest. Once he passed security, he grabbed everything in a rush and took off again. The gate number was at the far end of the terminal. His legs burned, and the shopping bags felt heavier than ever. Finally, out of breath and nearly out of hope, he turned the corner and saw the gate. The screen still showed his flight. He had made it. Barely. The staff at the counter gave him a quick look, checked his ticket, and waved him through. He walked down the ramp, found his seat, and dropped into it like a sack of rocks. The plane wasn't even full yet, but boarding was nearly done. He looked around, then out the window and let out a long breath. His heart was still racing, but he had done it. He leaned back and tried to relax, but his mind replayed everything. The shopping, the cafe, the sudden panic. He realized how easily he could have missed the flight. Just a few more minutes at the mall, or one slower line, and he would have been stuck in Dubai. As the plane took off, Leo thought about how the day had gone. He had planned everything so carefully, but one small mistake nearly ruined it all. He told himself he'd be more careful next time. Maybe set 2 alarms. Maybe leave shopping for earlier in the trip. Still, he smiled a little. It was a lesson, but also a memory. Not the calmest ending to a vacation, but definitely one he'd never forget. When the plane landed hours later, Leo grabbed his bags and walked toward passport control. He felt tired, but also grateful. He had his things, his seat, and a suitcase full of stuff he probably didn't need, but no regrets. And from that day on, whenever he thought of Dubai, he didn't just think of towers or malls or sunsets. He remembered the final day, the rush, the race through the airport, and the strange mix of panic and joy that came with almost missing his flight after shopping a little too much. See what you just did? You learned without even realizing it. You just followed a full English story. And guess what? Your brain picked up sentence flow, useful expressions, and travel vocabulary. All naturally. That's the power of storytelling. And we do this every single day. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming stories. And now it's your turn. Have you ever been late for a flight or had a last-minute travel panic? Drop your story in the comments. We read them all and love hearing from you. See you in tomorrow's video with another real-life adventure.